So hello, welcome. Train Sim World 5, and we're going to be talking about Train Sim World 6 because it's been announced. I thought I'd give it a couple of days to stew, get all the information, get all the stuff, run some numbers, do some bits and bobs, to see is it worth it, basically. So we're gonna discuss that as we go through. And we're going to be running a route while we do it. And for those people who have followed us for a while, you'll know I don't really normally do the German routes, but I'm going to do a German route today. Two reasons. Number one, still the most people who watch these videos are German, so thank you, Dankeschön even. I really appreciate your viewership. And I know I normally run British routes, steam trains and all that. So I thought, let's do a German route. And the reason, the main reason, is that one of the routes in Train Sim World 6 is sneakily an updated route of the one I think I'm going to run. Now, I believe that this route is from Train Sim World 2. So we're talking quite a long time ago. And apparently it's getting a whole load of updates. It's being made longer. There's new trains and new. So let's have a look at the old one today, so that we can talk about the new game. And then when the new game comes out, we'll do another run on it and see what's different. I think that's a good idea. So as far as I know, this is the correct route. It's the only one I can find that's got Dresden. So we will talk through everything. I am going to be doing this with a train I've never driven. So this is why we're doing the scenario. Normally I don't do scenarios, as you know. But today we're definitely doing a scenario because I have no idea what the heck I'm doing with this train. So I've got my... we're going proper old school, properly handmade chocolat milkshake. And let's get on with it. So let's do this. Is that a crocodile? Got that in Lego. It's very cool. There you go. There's your pre-order now. 30th September, which is about a month. What's the date today? 29th of August. So we're about a month away. So go in there and back again. Here's that train. Good morning. Today you've been tasked with operating the S1 service to Minzin. The pass is currently blocked. Oh no. Which means we're going to terminate Kozwick. You can tell it's an older route because it just looks a bit rough, frankly. Right. Let's set the train up. Let's get moving. Brake key on. Push this button. No, I don't think we should be on reduced. It's really misty. I think we should be on, like, full beams, if I'm honest. It looks like it's getting worse. This is going to be fun. Let's have a look at the train. Ooh, it's a doubly-decker. Yeah, doesn't this look old? That person's walking through the ground. That's how old it is. That's exciting. There I am. Hello. So, yeah. Train Sim World 6 coming the 30th of September, like it said on the little balogram. Which, yeah, fair enough. But I'm going to talk through everything that's in the game. And I'm going to talk about the money aspect, because... Well, hello. You came out of nowhere. Now... Is this going to like my setup? Don't know. Let's find out. I've also put the chat window right over where I have all the stuff. It's fine because I need the entire left side of my screen for the what do you call it? The Excel document, because I've had to do this in Excel, because there is that much stuff to go through. Okay. Now, I'm going. Let's assume that this run is going to be really, really, really badly done. Okay, because I am not really going to concentrate on this, like the game. I'm going to mostly concentrate on talking about Train Sim World 6. Now I'm going to quickly plug. So, Train Sim World 6 30th, unless you get the deluxe or special edition, in which case it's 5 days earlier. Okay, so how do the brakes work? Okay, so they are separate buttons, that's fine. Which way do the brakes? Where are the brakes? Brakes. Okay, so yeah. I asked the question, is it going to work with my setup? The answer is no. Whee! Well, that's fairly awful, isn't it? And there's a red signal there. Oops. Okay, so what are you? Okay, you're not what I'd expect to use. I guess we're doing it the old-fashioned way by looking at it. That's a lot of different brakes as well. Anyway, yeah, so it's come in earlier if you pre-order it with the special edition or the collector's edition. Oh, there we go, collector's edition. I'm going to talk about what they contain. I'm going to talk. There's quite a lot of trains on this trip. I'm going to talk about what they contain. I'm going to talk about how much they cost. Okay, because the costs are important. So, let's jump in. Currently, Train Sim World 5, what I'm playing right now. Standard edition, £39.99 British pounds. Deluxe edition, £59.99, so 60 quid. And special edition, £104.99. Okay, and that is the kind of the current pricing of Train Sim World 5. Train Sim World 6, however, different pricing. Train Sim World 6, standard edition, £44.99. Deluxe, £64.99. Special, £104.99. So, we are talking a definite increase in price. Okay. Now, one of the things I was quite disappointed with Train Sim World 5 was I felt that the routes that it came with were quite short in comparison. This is important because I have numbers for you. Okay, that was better. There we go. Now there is a discount until the 30th of September. So, with the discount, standard edition is £40.49. So, 50p more than Train Sim World 5. The deluxe edition discount £58.49, which means it's cheaper than the current deluxe edition. The special edition with a discount £94.49. That is quite a nice discount because it's £104.99. It's the only one that hasn't increased in price, ultimately. All the rest have gone up in price. The deluxe edition has not. £104 Train Sim World 5, £104 Train Sim World 6. Okay, that's important, and I'm going to come to that later. So, what is in? What are the new routes? 3 brand new routes: a UK route, an American route, a German route. Notice the shock and surprise on my face. It is exactly what we expected. What we didn't, well, I'm not going to say what we didn't expect because quite a lot of us thought correctly. The British route Exeter to Plymouth, and Paignton. I'm actually really excited about this route for two reasons. Number one, great route, really beautiful route. Secondly, it's a route that I actually know really quite well because I love Paignton. Morning. Oh, there we go. Have some horn. I love Paignton. I love the area. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. It's awesome, and it's a really nice train route. Okay, for a start, it's a really nice train route. There's a lot going on. It's challenging. It's gonna be fun. Okay. And the Dovetail Direct thing they did, they talked about the fact that there's basically no straight lines on the route. You are constantly kind of moving left or right because that's the way the route is. It goes by the coast. It's a coastal line. So it's going to be quite a lot of fun to drive that route. And in terms of locos, they have been quite clever in that this is the big route for Great Western Rail, GWR, which is one of their big new kind of signings. That was much better. I enjoyed that one. So you've got the 802, Class 802, and you've got the 150. So you've got, oh, I'm so quick and powerful, and you've got, I'm a little passenger train that's going to stop every single station. Excellent. I like the fact that you've got the two different ones. For the deluxe people, you also get the 220, the Voyager, which a lot of people have been asking for a long time. I, myself, have been on many Voyagers in my time as a person who gets the train to places in the UK. For those people who don't know, I don't drive. I'm all about the choo-choos. And I'm very much all about the choo-choos. I'm liking how much trains there are on this route. Sorry to go elsewhere, but I'm really enjoying the amount of traffic that I'm seeing. It's good. 60-mile route. That I'm actually really quite happy with. 60 miles, 14 stations. So, a good length route. We've got some good trains in it. Is this because I turned the throttle on while we still had brakes on? Yep, that's right. Okay. I don't care about being late. Also, I really like these trains. My very first Lego train I had when I was a kid, probably 30 years ago now, looked very similar. Little passenger train that looked basically the same. Anyway, so Exeter down to Plymouth, you've got two steam railways on the way, so I'm hoping to see plenty of steam traffic. I'm kind of gutted that you won't be able to do either line. I'm hoping they will add those in later on as like separate things, because it'd be really cool to be able to drive down to Paignton and then do the route switching, which is still in route hopping, I think they call it, to hop to the Paignton line and then drive the steam railway up there, because it's a beautiful route. Getting to go up the hill by the on the beach, Goodrington Sands, outstanding. When we went on holiday last year, we went to Paignton, and I literally spent my days sitting on the beach watching the steam trains. It was incredible. Definitely one of my happiest holidays. I've messed this one up, I think. I have, but not by as much as I thought I had. So I'm really excited about this route. I'm really excited about this route. If you don't own Spirit of Steam, or more specifically, if you don't own Peak Forest, you won't see the steam trains. From what I've read, it looks as though if you don't own Peak Forest, you will get no steam trains, which I am gutted about, especially because the and what I do disagree with here, the free one that they're coming out with, the free starter pack, which is available for 6 weeks and 6 weeks only. Now, they said this last time, and they ended up doing it for like way more. It was about 6 months rather than 6 weeks. I don't think it was quite that long, but it was still longer than they originally said. But anyone interested, grab that. But in that starter, like free starter thing, so anyone who doesn't buy Train Sim World 6 can still buy new routes for Train Sim World 6 and copy all your stuff across. I'm going to come back to Epic in a bit. What will happen there is there is a steam train in there. And the fact there's a steam train in the starter set, but then there's not, apparently, please tell me if I'm wrong, but from what I've read, there is no steam trains if you've not got Peak Forest on the line, which, yeah, like I say, is ridiculous because they're including one with the starter set. Even if it's just an unbranded one, like don't brand it, don't name. I think it's not a Jubilee, it's a 8F. Can't remember. Either way, just do an unbranded one. You know, just could you throw them a bone, especially if you're paying that kind of money. So I'm very excited for that route. And for me, it's almost worth the price of admission just for that, because I really love that route. And it's actually nice that they have been listening to the community. Yeah, mess that one up. Oh, we're going downhill as well. I'm saying that like it's the only reason, like I didn't just completely just mess it up because I messed it up. Yeah, it's nice that they've listened to the community, that they're getting this train in, that it's a good length route, 14 stations, ain't bad. Huzzah, huzzah! Now we move to America. So far, most of the American routes that have come with the game have been kind of West Coast. This one, they have gone for the, well, opposite end of the country, frankly. They have gone for a New York route. New York, kind of central, up to Dover. Not England, Dover, because that would be a hell of a route, and it'd be a very long time on a ship. 40 miles, 22 stations. So shorter route, but more stations than the Britain one. And I'm quite excited for this one because they're doing two polar opposites in terms of locomotive power. You've got the Arrow 2 and the ALP-46. Arrow 2, proper retro. No reverser. You're forward, backward. That is quite exciting. The ALP is very, very modern, or much more modern. And the deluxe edition comes with the ALP 45DP, which is the dual power. So you'll be running diesel for some parts of the route, and you'll be running electric for other parts of the route. So that in itself is quite interesting. Something different. Not the longest route in the world, but lots of stations, lots of stop-start. And, oh no. I've alt-tabbed back into the game, and I might have broken it. Oh, there we go. Whew! I was worried for a second then. Helps if you turn your throttle off while you're braking. I said I wasn't really paying too much attention to playing the game. I'm not kidding. And I really like the New York routes. I'll just turn the brakes off. I really like all the New York routes. They have been some of my favourite content in the game. I'm hoping that for people who have got previous New York routes, there'll be some layers going on. So maybe bringing in like the M3s, the M6s, you know, that kind of thing. That would be really nice. We'll see. It would be nice if they had those layers, but I'm not expecting them. Sorry, let me just stop at a train. We're really late now, so I'm not too fussy. The brakes aren't as good as I'd have thought on this, if I'm honest. That's fine. Right. That's New York. The German route is this one, I think. The Bahnstrecke Leipzig to Dresden. 65 miles, 43 stations. When I wrote this originally, I thought I'd made a mistake. 43 stations. I have not made a mistake. It is literally 43 stations. It's an interesting one because you've got majority of the route there's like 7-8 stations, but then you've got this small part where there is nothing but station. I'm quite excited by that one. It seems really interesting. And there's already loads of traffic on this, and this is from Train Symbol 2. So I'm quite excited to see how that looks. You've got the wonderfully named, and there's 4 trains in this route. Okay, 4 trains. You've got, and this is without the there's a Lux edition. You've got the Class 411 Ice-T, and I love the fact it's the Ice-T. I think that's brilliant. There's all of these trains are DB trains, by the way. There's the BR442 Talent 2. There's lots of 4s and 2s in one bit. There's the BR146, the BR185, and for those people going for the Deluxe Edition, there's the BR294, which is a little diesel shunter, and all the stuff for that looks as though, oh, this is not enjoying me alt-tabbing back into the game, is it? It really looks as though it's just like little shunting routes for that one, which is different because you've got this route that is all about, you know, 65 miles, 43 stations. That is an awful lot of hey, let's have some fun doing some, oh, come on. Let's have some fun doing some, I think it actually crashed. I'll be gutted if it has. Come on. Okay, I had to up-time back out of the game. There we go. Ay, caramba. Yeah, the fact you've got lots of diesel shunting, great. I think 1, if not 2 of those trains are freight related. So obviously the Ice-T is very speedy passenger services. I think there's a little kind of hopper, kind of similar to what we're in, and I need lots more brake. And there's also a sorry passengers who have just been thrown around, and then I brake too much. Keep going, train, keep going. Okay, sod you. Stop here, the train. Bad jobs. Yeah, but it is an update of this Train Symbol 2 route. So I think they're just updating what's there more than anything. And I'm adding something to the list because I forgot about it and it looks awesome. And there we go. So Update of the list of the old route, but it looks as though they're adding a lot to it. I'm cautiously optimistic on that one. Cautiously optimistic. So, those are the 3 routes that are coming with the base game. So the base game, like I say, 60. No, it's not. It's 45 quid, or £40.50 if you're getting it with the cars. That's cool. I'm just going to watch them go, because apparently the train doesn't want to go now. Let's turn it all off. We're on released. Can we get moving, please? Thank you. Yeah, so 40 quid, let's call it 40 quid. For 3 routes, you're looking, 200-ish miles. 150 miles. More than 150 miles of train stuff. Way more stations than any other previous Train Sim World update. And obviously the deluxe edition stuff, to be honest, ain't great. The 3 trains, the Voyager, that's quite cool. The dual power, that's quite cool. The little shunter, that's quite cool. You are looking 20 quid for that, but when I go through the prices, and fair credit to Dovetail here, they have unveiled the prices of everything if you buy them separately in the FAQ. So credit where it's due. Oh, for God's sake. There we go. Credit where it's due, they have actually shared the prices of everything. And I will go through them now. Shall we do that now? Let's do that now. Each route is 30 quid. So if you don't want to buy the base game at 45, if you purely want to buy the Payton route, because it's obviously the best one. Let's say you wanted to buy that, it will set you back. I wish it wasn't misty so I could see better. It will set you back £30. Okay. The trains themselves, so if you want to buy the individual locos, so they are £12, and I want to say 99p. Once I've stopped, I will check the spreadsheet. Stop him, stop him, stop him, stop him, stop him. Stopped. Checking the spreadsheet. £12.99. So you could buy the route and the train. Okay. So the route, say 30 quid. You're looking at £43 to buy one route and one train. £43. The base game, without the discount, is £44.99. 3 routes, bunch of train. None of the special edition trains, because the base game doesn't have that. But for the price of the one bare route and the one extra train, the one deluxe edition train, it is slightly more expensive, especially if you're getting it at the kind of the cut price, kind of the pre-order price, which is £40. So that actually pretty good. Okay. All 3 routes are £30. All 3 trains are £12.99. So the deluxe edition at £64.99, discount route at £58.49. Altogether £128.94. So I'm going to say that again. £128.94 if you buy the 3 routes and the special edition trains separately. Deluxe edition price £64.99, discount £58.49. That's actually pretty good. That's the 3 routes and the 3 special edition trains. Now it might be you're not interested in one of them, you're still saving money. Okay, this is obviously at full price. It will go on sale. If you can wait till December, which isn't exactly far away, it will, I think it's usually about 15 to 20% off. When I had a quick look on kind of the Steam price tracking, it usually goes down somewhere between 15 and 20%. Okay. By April, usually about 40%. By kind of June, you're looking somewhere around the 65 to 80% off. I think it was £7.99 for the normal edition of the last sale. It was just before they announced Train Sim World 6, but £8. £8. I think it was £12.99 for the deluxe edition. I mean, that kind of price. £65 now, £13 then, but you are waiting a year. So if you're happy to just wait it out, you will get a hell of a bargain. Okay? Simple as that. Can I wait a year? No. No, I cannot. My issue is, do I bite now, or do I wait for December, where I know it's going to be a bit cheaper? Will I have a massive amount of time to play it? Not especially. Do I really want it? Yeah, I do. And I'm actually genuinely considering the special edition. So let's talk the special edition, shall we? So, special edition is £104.99, or 10% discount for loyalty thing, £94.49. So right now, it's a little bit cheaper. And you might be going, yeah, but that's a lot of money, isn't it? And I completely agree with you. Is it more money than I want to pay? Hell yes, it is. But what do you get, I hear you ask? Well, my friends, let me tell you. For the special edition, you actually get Train Sim World. Yes. Because you get, in addition to the 3 core routes and the 3 special edition trains and the 5-day early access, which, to be honest, the 5-day early access isn't worth paying anything for. You get the MBTA Boston to Walks, the Worcester thing. That's £30 on its own. You get Mannheim to Kaiserslautern. Apologies if I've just ruined that. Please tell me how to pronounce it in the comments, because I'd love to know how to pronounce these places. That's £30. You get Cardiff City. That's £30. You get the Simmeringbahn, which is £30, and that's Austrian. And not only is it Austrian, it's an Alpine Austrian route. So completely different to anything we've got before. And there's all Groningen, which is £32.99, and that's the Netherlands. So those prices are quite a lot more. I don't know if you've noticed, they're quite a bit more. I had a look to see if any of these routes have been on sale. I'll be honest, I haven't really been keeping up too closely on Train Sim World 5. I'm not going to say I fell out of love with it, because that's not true. But I've definitely not had as much time to play this one. So I've not been quite on all the routes. Plus I looked at the prices of the routes and I went, ooh, that's a bit much. £32 is a little bit more than I'm willing to pay for a game that I've already paid for. I am going to circle back around to that though. Okay, I'm going to circle back around to that because there is a big caveat. Big caveat. But you get all those routes. So you've got the Netherlands, you've got hang on. Sorry, let me brain for a second. You've got Netherlands, you've got the Austrian route. That's how I say world. Train Sim Europe. You've got a German route, you've got a Welsh route, and you've got good old Boston. So, a good range of stuff. They're all new routes. Only one of them has been on sale, and that's Netherlands, 26.39. So when I kind of saw that, I was slightly surprised, actually, that it's it's all brand new routes. I kind of assumed that they would be older routes. You know, I thought, oh, let's just bundle in some old routes, some stuff that we're not really interested in. And the reason I'm excited by that route is I don't own any of them. None of those routes. And there's only two, not counting the tube one, there's only two UK routes I don't own, and Cardiff is one of them. And I really wanted it, but I looked at it and I went, 30 quid. That's another game. In a sale, that's several game. So I was like, do I really, really want to pay that kind of money? And I came to the conclusion, no. But if I'm getting all this stuff, all this extra stuff, is it worth it? Well, maybe, because I ran the numbers. Okay. If you want to buy all of that stuff separately, okay, so Boston to Worcester, the Mannheim, Cardiff, Similarn, and the Netherlands route, if you wanted to buy all of them separately, £152.95 at full price. Only one of them's been on sale. Okay. So because only one of them's been on sale, I need to slow down. I need to slow down more. That's probably enough. There we go. I just noticed we were we were pointing. With the prices on sale, 146.39. Okay, so we'll call it 150 quid between friends. 150 quid for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of DLC. Okay, those 5 routes plus the 3 routes in Train Sim World 6, plus because you have to get the deluxe trains, comes to £217.94. Deluxe edition, £104.99. Discounted right now to £94.49. 95 quid for 220 quid's worth of stuff. I mean, you can see why I'm going, Now, if you own any of that stuff, is it still worth it? Maybe not. Because you don't get a discount for any more of the stuff. Now, I'm pretty much going to have to change ends here, I think. So bear with me. Is it worth it at that? If you've already got the content? No, I don't think so. Is it great value if you don't have it? It actually kind of is. Okay, we are going back. It actually kind of is. So I am genuinely considering Fancy Edition. What do I need to do then? Full service. Oh, I was already in full service. Turn the signal lights to normal. Brake key to off. Reverser to off. Get out the train. Oh. How do I get out? Hello. Could I get out the train, please? Hello. Thank you. First aid restocked. Cool. Route map. Let's have a look at the route map actually. Yes, I'm intrigued to see how much of this is in the new one. Where was I? Trains. Trains. We like trains. Get up the train. Turn that, do that. Ooh, very different. They always have really gross seat colours. No matter what train you get in, no matter where in the world you are, it's horrible. Ooh. Insert the reverser handle. Okay, there we go. Ah, this is what happens when you don't try this train earlier. You don't know what's going on. This is completely different. I mean, it's fun. Doors are locked. We are loaded. We are ready to go. Reports come in that ongoing bridge work in this direction has resulted in hard traffic being congested. Watch the upcoming signal changes. Oh no. So far I've done a bad job of keeping an eye on anything, so I'm talking about the new game. This is just background for that. Set the train brake to running. That's emergency. Running, there we go. Does this... Oh, this is completely different. How is it so different from this side to the other side? That's weird. I don't think I like it. Have I broken it? I think I've broken it. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. We're good. We're groovy. Right, so, yeah. £211.44 for the special edition, as it is right now, with the 3 brand new routes, the 3 deluxe trains, and 5, we'll call them premium, routes. That's actually pretty decent for what is £94.49 right now. 212, 95. 95 is a lot less. I'm not the best at maths, but I can see that's a much smaller number than 212. You know. So that's the pricings there. Is that all the pricings? Is that all the pricings? Yes. Compared to some of the DLCs, when I did this for Train Sim World 4 to Train Sim World... No. Train Sim World 3 to Train Sim World 4, one of the things that really upset me with Train Sim World 4 was that the routes were considerably shorter than the DLC routes. Okay? So, I went through and looked at the last 3 routes that have been released for Train Sim World 5, and I had a look how long they are. So, Manchester, 25 quid, 27 miles. Shortest route in the new game, 40 miles. Okay. The next one, Frankfurt S-Bahn, 30 quid, 59 miles. So that is the equivalent of the Exeter Plymouth route. Okay. That's definitely... Ooh, this breaks itself. Oh, this is different. Oh, I'm not sure I approve of this. Oh, this is going to be weird. Oh, this is going to be very strange. Right, we might struggle here, my friends. This is odd. Yeah, so equivalent kind of length. And the other one is the Netherlands route, 32.99, 67 miles. So it's longer than the other routes. So they're actually comparable. And that's what upset me with the last couple of games. The routes that it came with, like the base game routes, were not comparable to the DLCs that were released. So the quality of the main game, I felt, suffered because the core... Let's put some brake on. Oh, is that just try and brake? Oh no. What? Hey? I should have done the tutorial. How far are we out of the platform? Yeah, quite a lot. Could we brake, please? I'd like to stop. Well, this is interesting. Is the direct brake going to be everything? I think we need to try it next time, because the train brake itself is crap. We'll figure it out. This is part of the excitement of doing a train I've never driven on a route I've never driven. I probably should have done a route I could do literally with my eyes closed, because, you know, I want to talk about Train Sim World 6. I don't want to talk about what the hell I'm doing and how bad a job I'm doing of it. So, one thing that really shocked me, okay, and this is someone who has played Train Sim World since the original game. Okay, I remember playing the original. Oh god, 2020? I want to say it's 2020. Can we go now, please? I've turned the train brake off. I'd like to go, please. And go. We don't appear to be going. Okay. Train brake. Let's release it. It's fully released. Okay, so it doesn't need to be off, it needs to be in running. Okay, that makes sense. My bad. Apologies. Yeah, one thing that really surprised me when I looked at Train Sim World 5 DLCs, the last ones, they're all highly rated. Now, one second. Back in the day, they were mixed at best, if not negative. All of them highly rated. Manchester, 84%. The Netherlands one was 84% for Manchester. It was 94% for the Netherlands route. Like, they are legitimately seeming to do good routes, partly because they are teaming up with some really positive places, and the one I'm going to highlight is Just Trains. Okay, and I'm gutted that their route is not in the collector's one. We're going faster. Why are we going faster? Let's just glide. Let's glide, okay? Preston Carlisle, $32.99. It's more than I'm willing to pay. I'm sorry. It's more than I'm willing to pay. For a single route, it's more than I'm willing to pay. However, it's nearly 100 miles. Okay? Does that make it more worthwhile? Hell yeah, it does. Am I still willing to spend that money? Hell no, I'm not. At least not yet. Not yet. And I've ummed and ahed over the Preston route since it came out, frankly. The reason being, It looks really good. It's set in the 1980s, which is a mad time for British Railway. It's nearly 100 miles worth of track. Just Trains seem to be doing things right. Okay? And this is why I'm happy that Dovetail have gone, let's bring other people in to do stuff. Because, how can I say this politely? They aren't always the best. Okay? The core stuff, like the game stuff, great. Love all that stuff. Love it. Do they always do the best routes? No. Do the routes always look the best? No. Are they providing the tools to let other people do the stuff? Yeah. And that's positive. And I'm going to come back to Just Trains in a little bit, because that's prices, that's what's in the games, that's kind of comparing it to the last DLCs. Now let's talk about the new features, new core features of the game. Random events. Now this one is interesting. Okay, so they're bringing in random events, and these are random events that aren't just for the what do you call it? Train Sim World 6. Okay, most core routes, the stuff will work on only those routes. So all these things I'm talking about, majority of these things will not work in the Train Sim World 5 routes. The only ones that it will work in are the 3 core routes with the game. Okay? With the exception of random events. Random events will happen in any route that you own, such as this one. This is from Train Sim World 2. The random events will happen unless you go into the options and go, no thank you. Will happen in any Train Sim World 6 route. At the moment there are only 2 random events, and I'll be honest, I think they are not great. And the reason being because of bugs. Because the first one is some signals will take longer to change from danger to go. Okay, so you can be released. The problem with this is some of the routes are broken. Okay, there's some of the routes the signal stays at danger anyway, and they're supposed to change. And I had this on one of the streams when I was doing Boston, funnily enough. It just never changed to green. That was because of a bug. Now if you're having it so a signal at danger, a red signal, can take longer to change, is that because of a bug? Or is that because of the game's random events? That's my issue here. If the game was more stable, wouldn't be a problem. Game's not that stable. Right, let's try this again. There we go. I feel like I need to. I feel like I'm missing a step somewhere. Stop wheel slipping. Come on. So that's one of the random events. The other one is temporary speed restrictions. So you'll be going at 125 miles an hour, and then all of a sudden you're going to go 20. And you're like, ah! Could be interesting. And that will happen on anything. So right now, I could have a sudden, oh, you've got to drop down to 40 miles an hour. Okay. That's the random events. The next couple are Train Sim World 6 only. So it will only be on Exeter, New York, the New Dresden, and any new DLCs. Okay, any Train Sim World 6 DLCs will have these features. Train faults. Stated as non-fatal failures. Okay. Stuck or broken window wipers. Headlights being broken. Okay. They are definitely non-fatal. Okay. Oh, headlights are broken. I can't see. That's very sad, but it's not going to stop the train. Okay. I'm okay with that. It's raining. One of my wipers is stuck halfway. That brings in an extra level of challenge. Is it going to change my life? No. Can I keep driving my train? Yeah. No problem. Those two, fine. The third one on the list, dynamic brake failure. Now... Oh no, sorry, I've got it the wrong way around. Random events are for Train Sim World 6 only. Train faults are for only routes. Apparently. Have I got the right way around? I can't really check now because I'm already late and doing a bad job at this. Dynamic brake failure seems pretty fatal to me. Especially if, you know, it happens to be that it fails when you're, you know, heading towards a big station and you can't stop and you're going into a place where there are, you know, buffers. Let's say you're going into, I don't know, any terminus station, any of the London stations. You know, what you don't want to do is be coming into King's Cross and going thwoof. That sounds fatal to me. So I'm not sure I'm on board with that, if I'm honest. Okay, and tilting failures, which would be interesting, but also could be fatal. In that, if the tilting fails and you're on a train that's tilting, the whole point of the tilting is it stops you from flying off the tracks because you're going faster than you're supposed to be able to. So will this mean that you will then fly off the tracks? That sounds fatal to me. I don't know. Yeah, on my notes I've put these are for older routes too. There you go. The next one I think is an interesting one because of, well, what I'm going to talk about. Platform and train announcements. Second most requested feature from the community. Platform and train announcements. So on the train, you'll go, Street. Okay? So you'll get that kind of stuff going on. On the platforms, okay, cool. I like the idea. They have made, at the very, very bottom of the Train Sim World 6 Steam page, an AI disclaimer. And I think this is a good thing that Steam have done recently. If you're using AI in your game, you have to declare it. I like this. I like this. I will read you this statement from Dovetail Games once we stop. In fairness, by the time we stop, you might have gone to the Steam page, had a look yourself, made a cup of tea, come back, had a sandwich, because I am not doing well on this side, am I? I was fine the other end, but this is just weird. I do not approve of this madness. Because we're still increasing. Oh my good gods. Conclusion, I like the other end of this train, I don't like this end at all. How far did we miss the station? Oh, substantially. Okay, that's fine. You can walk on the line, don't worry about it. So, we are using ElevenLabs' text-to-speech tool to generate some voiceover elements within Train Sim World 6. This is utilised in features such as training modules, as well as platform and on-board train announcements. All scripts and content are written by Dovetail Games staff, with ElevenLabs used to generate the audio in these instances. So, they're saying, the community really wants this feature. We'll bring it in, but we're going to get AI to actually do it. Now, one of the new routes, and this is one that is being made by an external company, so I'm hoping they actually do this properly and don't use AI, is going to have Birmingham New Street. Birmingham New Street has a fella who does all the announcements. Now, I'm hoping that they they pay the fella to come and do the stuff for them. That would be awesome. That would be really, really cool if you had the official dude doing the official voices, and then have the occasional random so you know that something else has gone on, and that you have no idea where you're now going, and that you're lost, and that Birmingham New Street will eat you whole, because that's Birmingham New Street for you. Been there a lot in my life, way too many times. So yeah, they're using AI. Something that the people really want, and they're using AI to do it. All scripts and content are written by Dovetail Games. Well, they're not though, are they? Because station announcements will follow a certain thing. So what they're doing is typing in, the train now approaching platform 2 is whatever. I'm not sure I approve of that. What I do approve of, though, new passenger ambient audio. And in the notes I've just written, more nattering. Because especially when you're doing conductor mode, which I really love, and I'm very happy that it's staying. It's looking like it's going to be a core feature forever now. It was really awkward when you got into a carriage and it's full of people and it's deathly silent. Now, I know that there are things like silent coaches or quiet coaches where you're supposed to keep noise to the minimum, don't be listening to music, don't be nattering on the phone. Fine, no issues there at all. We're just trying to balance out how far we stop in stations right now. I am fine with the fact that that is a thing that exists, but not every single coach is that. So, more audio, happy with that. Really, really like that idea. Additional quality of life improvements. So, you can jump between different parts on the same route. Route hopping's still a thing. They're updating the live map, so there's going to be more information. The digital screens, such as the ones in the cab, easier to read. New achievements. PC editors getting some improvements. Improved track shadow distance. That's important for people with a big enough rig to power it. I think that's a really good change, because it really frustrates me when you're running on one of the really pretty routes and all you've got is this kind of black line slightly ahead of you that just suddenly stops. I've always thought it looked stupid. Okay, they have got rid of that. Yeah. Very happy with this. There we go. Thank you. They're improving that distance. How far remains to be seen, literally, because they haven't shown it off yet. So I'm hoping for a good level of distance. Stop, wheel slipping. Thank you. Other improvements, rail driver support, that's fine. I'm very intrigued by the other company's one, and I might do a separate video on that at some point, because that looks really interesting. Dynamic weather's staying, challenges are staying, the route tasks are staying. That's great, happy with all that. Basically, they're improving stuff that needs improving and adding a few extra bits. I'm cool with that. I'm completely fine with that. Got no issues at all with any of those things. Do I think the random features, the train faults, the platform announcements, and the additional nattering is a good improvement on the core features? Not really. It's fine, but I don't think it's great. I certainly feel slightly underwhelmed. Fairly underwhelmed. But then a lot of the core features have been fairly underwhelming. Last year with the the slightly updated livery designer, just underwhelming, isn't it? But it is what it is. They're the core features. That's what they're bringing in, and it's going to make it more interesting. Things like the weather made a huge difference. That was a core difference that was worth paying for. Is it worth the extra money to be literally hearing more people talk? Probably not. But it is part of the game, and to be honest, the routes this year I genuinely think are worth it. Okay. I've said that a few times now. It's almost like I'm trying to convince myself, which I kind of am. That was way better. I'm starting to get the train a bit more now. We're starting to be friends. Yeah, we're starting to be friends. Other stuff. And this is the bit I'm most excited for. The roadmap. What's coming next? Number one, the GWR Revival. So they're doing an updated version of a very, very old DLC. Check out the roadmap for the screenshots of the original, the Dovetail, and the new one. It's beautiful. It's really, really good. I'm going to watch that train go. That's cool. So I am really excited for this. Let it all unbreak. Yeah, I'm really excited for this new old Revival DLC. As far as I'm aware, people who already own it won't need to buy it again. Yay. Always happy with that. Oh, it's a red signal, don't go. You're idiot. I mean, we're not going anyway, because I've broken the train again. I really wish I knew what I was doing with this train. Can we just inch forward a little bit? I want to be a little bit closer to the signal. And then sticks and brake on. I reckon this might be red because I'm so late. If I was running on time, it would probably be fine, but I'm not running on time. So, the first DLC that's coming after Train Sim World 6 launches is one I'm very excited for. Like, very excited for. Birmingham to Crewe. New studio. All Aboard Studios, their first release. It's the same time period as the Lichfield Birmingham Redditch route, 2019. So you can definitely do some route hopping because it's the same time period. Get off at New Street, swap onto Birmingham Crewe. I'm really excited for this route because Birmingham up to Wolverhampton. Wolverhampton used to be my main station for probably 15 years of my life. I used to go from Wolverhampton more than anywhere. Walsall is now my main station, and I'm still gutted that it's not in the game, especially the fact that you've got things like Bescot. Right, I'm going to get a little bit closer. I want them to know that I'm here. I'm here. Can I come through, please? I'll give. Oh, there we go. It's gone. Changey. There we go. Now I'm not going to go particularly quickly here. Oh, make sure your brakes are off. Make sure everything's happy. Okay. Give it some oomph. So very excited for that route. Then you got Vector Simulations. They're doing Liberec to Stala which is the first Czech route, which is exciting. Then you've got Virtuvi 365 also doing a brand new route, the first Portuguese route, Lisbon to Sebol. So in the first three DLCs coming after Trainsport 6 hits, two of them are brand new countries, which is excellent. Then you've got New York to Stamford. It's a New York route. I'm going to enjoy it because I like them. The M8's in there. Quite excited for that. Stuttgart to Heilbronn, 2000s Germany. So it's another German route, but at least it's a different time period. Then the one I think everyone's excited for, the Tadami line from Union Workshop, first Japanese route in the game. That is incredibly exciting. It's interesting that they've gone for a scenic line rather than them going for the hey, here's a bullet train. Because they could have gone bullet, but they didn't. They've gone specifically for a hey, look at this beautiful scenery route. I myself am happy about this. I think it's going to be gorgeous. And completely new trains, completely new everything. It's going to be so freaking cool. No indication when it's coming yet, but it is on the way. Other two things on the roadmap. The Expert DBBR145, which I imagine will be able to go into the new Dresden route. I imagine, can't say for certain. It's got the 146, so kind of assuming. And the last one, Crewe to Preston, which is just trains, and it's another 1980s route. Now, from what I've heard, the Just Trains current 1980s route is fantastic. I don't think I've heard anyone say anything bad about it, which for Train Sim World is impressive. Usually someone's complaining about something, but everyone who I've spoken to, every review I've seen, pretty much every review, has said it is fantastic, which is why I want it. But it's why it's £32, 100 mile. I'm hoping I'm probably going to buy it before it comes out, but I'm hoping that if it does come out after, before I buy the other one, and the Christmas sale might be the final straw. I hope they're doing like a pack with both of them for less money, like a nice deal on it, because I would probably buy it for both of them, if I'm honest. So, what can we conclude? Future's looking bright for Train Sim World. Train Sim World 6 looks as though it's going to have loads of brand new stuff, loads of brand new trains, loads of brand new routes. The new updates, the new changes are fine. Do I think it's fairly priced? Overall, yes. I do think for the routes you get in, I think it's fairly priced. Do I think the deluxe edition is better than the standard edition? No. But if you really want the Class 220, you're gonna spend the money, aren't you? Do I think the special edition is worth the money? Yes, I actually do. And if I do decide to take the plunge and get Train Sim World 6, I think that's the edition I'm going to end up buying. And I know it's £95, and that's a lot of money. You know, I'm not going to pretend it's not. And I don't get paid for doing this. I've not got enough subscribers, views, all that kind of stuff. So I get paid nothing for this. But am I tempted to buy it even though it's that much money? I really kind of am. Because I like what they're bringing. I think the only thing that would stop me from buying it is if Transport Fever 3 suddenly announces it's coming out in like 3 weeks and it's going to be £40. The only way it's going to, like, my money's going to go there rather than Train Sim World. But I think that ain't happening. Like, the beta stuff hasn't happened yet, to my knowledge. So I think that's the only thing that's going to stop. Hello. I think it's the only thing that's going to stop me. I haven't got the window open. There we go. Hello. There we go. Right, I think we're in a drag race with this dude now. So this is exciting. He's going to win. For reference, he's going to win. Because I don't know what I'm doing with this ruddy thing. Okay, we are actually moving this time, that's good. Oh. So yeah, that's all the information on Train Sim World 6. I've got nothing more for you there. So if you only came here for the information, you're done. If you came here to see some trains, well, there's still some trains going on, so that's exciting. If you are done with all the information, and I am done talking about it, thank you for joining. I hope it was useful. That was information. I hope the information was useful to you. And I am genuinely kind of excited for the future of the game. Even if you just upgrade to the free edition and just keep all your current stuff, I think the routes that are coming are going to be worth the money at the end of the day. I really think they are going to be worth the money. Is this guy actually chasing me? I can't. He is actually chasing me. Although I'm stopping and I don't think he is. There he is. Bye then. I didn't want to race you anyway. Notice as soon as I'm actually concentrating more on the game, I do a decent job. Who'd have thought it? Hey? Who would have thought it? I'm quite excited to see this route potentially upgraded, because it's been quite fun. Now I'm starting to understand the train a bit, and I really should have done the tutorial. Like, I really should have done the tutorial. But it's why I did the scenario, because I figured if I do the scenario, it'll tell me what to do. And it has. It just hasn't quite told me everything. Like, how this thing actually works properly. And I think I'm getting my head around it. You've got to wait for the brakes to be completely off, and then tell it to go. And the chat's over the right hand side of my screen, so I can't see what it's saying, so I'm just looking at the blue bar. But I'm pretty sure there's two settings at the bottom. It's setting to 0 and setting to off. And when it's set to 0, it will try and slow you down. When it's set to off, it will just, well, it'll do nothing. You're just properly coasting. So I think I'm getting my head around it a little bit. At least I think I'm getting my head around it enough. But it's an interesting route. I'd like to see it with less mist, if I'm honest. But because it's Train Sim World 2, this is before the what do you call it came in. So there is no dynamic weather. Whatever weather it is what you're stuck with. So it's never going to clean up. Like literally, I could leave this running for the next 12 hours. It would not be anything other than misting, which is a shame, because I'd like to see it in proper light. But yeah, I think this would be quite a good route to do in 6, and especially because there's freight and stuff, and like we saw the cars, and that was exciting. I think this is the last stop. If it is, then that's worked out perfectly. But I'm not going to say goodbye until I know. Because for all I know, it'll be like, okay, we're going back now. Okay, so turn that off. And then a little bit of brake. Probably need slightly more brake. Okay, so back in Dresden. Capital H. Lowercase. Boyfriend. There we go. I'm pretty sure this is the end of the line. This is where we started. And it said there and back again. We've been there. We've been back again. So let's find out. Good work! All your side tasks for this morning, and it is still morning, for 4 minutes. Let's see how you did. Excellent day. I enjoyed that. The German route was fun. I will do more German routes in the future, which may or may not please my German viewers. On the plus side, we never broke the speed limit, mostly because I didn't really know what the hell I was doing. So it was fun. But we got gold, which I'm pretty sure Train Sim World 2 that was the highest one you could get. Yeah, got a bunch of levels and stuff. Let's see how we did with the... So we started off well, missed the stop. Still on time, missed the stop. Still on time, better. Slightly late, even better. Still kind of on time, bad. That's bad. Ish. Decent. Early. Bad. On time. Bad. On time. Excellent. That was good. Late. Bad. Still late. Decent. Late. Horrific. Late. Decent. Late. Decent. Decent. Bad. Bad. Decent. Decent. Alright. Decent. Decent. So, I stopped talking about Train Sim World 6 here. You can tell. You can tell. Yeah, thank you for joining me. It's already telling me to pre-order Train Sim World 6. I'm definitely going to consider it. I might have a look and see what their rules are in terms of streaming. Because if they will allow streaming when it goes into the 5-day early access, I might consider it more and do a couple of streams. So I think it's the Tuesday it releases. Let's have a look. You got your calendar. 30th of September is a Tuesday, so the early access is the Thursday. So potentially, it releases at 6 o'clock. There's no way I'm going to be able to download the game and do a stream on that Thursday. I don't think. We will see, but I'm not going to make any promises there. That's if I buy it. But potentially at the weekend. Potentially. Or I might just play it for myself. You know, I should just play a game because you bought a game and you want to play it. Well, you know, these kind of things never cease. On that, thank you for joining me. It's been a pleasure. I might do some other stuff later. We will see. Cheers. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.